about the sign?
The sign is like one of the gimmicks that I've come up with in the show as kind of a way. It's funny because the way the sign evolved was I was talking to my director and I was saying like, so sick of people asking me stupid questions. If I'm going to have to answer all these questions about my identity, I'm going to put up like a sign on Market Street in San Francisco, like downtown San Francisco, and I'm just going to start charging people for questions. And he was like, yeah, you should do that. And so for a few weeks, we were like, I should just do that as research for the show, is what originally my thought was. And then I think we realized, like, no, we should just put the sign in the show. I'm not going to stand on the street corner and charge people to answer questions. It evolved as kind of a device where I'm able to address the audience and answer questions that I think they have but don't want to ask me because it's kind of inappropriate. As the show progresses and gets further along, the questions become, originally they're like silly, fluffy things about identity and dating and eating habits, and do Palestinians do this or that, or why is your name this, and then it kind of evolves into a device where the audience really starts asking hard-hitting emotional questions about why I'm doing certain things, or kind of what I think about the situations and predicaments I get into. And so it develops as this kind of like consciousness and, mind of the hive, mind of the audience, as they're having more intense questions about like the emotional process I'm going through in the show.
Tell me about working with the director, Kamau Bell, and how he shaped the show.
Kamau Bell is an insanely talented storyteller. He has a background as a stand-up comedian, and he started a solo performance workshop in San Francisco, and he's developed, I think, 6 solo shows. He's a great teacher, and he's really great at facilitating people's work. He doesn't tell you how to write it, but he encourages people to get to the like depth of their story and really say things that I think people are really afraid to say, which I think is what makes theater really engaging, to tell stories that people maybe don't normally hear, or to go the extra step where you're kind of moving into dangerous territory and discussing things on a level that's like not polite conversation or not public conversation. So I think his skill is really nurturing those kinds of visions in people and having people really just push further into the uncomfortable places of their stories that make work really engaging, I think, for the audience.
What was the reaction to that first show?
We started the show in 2008, in the summer of 2008, and it was a different show then. It's evolved a lot. That was definitely our first workshop version. It got really great, fantastic response from community and press, and we got a lot of support, which is kind of why I felt the need to keep evolving it and taking it further. But New York is a great place to debut work and to kind of like workshop work, and people come out and people love theater, so it was a really great experience.